Incoming right there. Incoming right there.
Hey, all right, everybody, how y'all doing? I'm gonna sit right here with y'all. We are gonna have us another great live stream tonight. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me okay? This is the part where you guys put it in the chat room that you guys can hear me okay, because that's kind of important. Kind of important. All right, let's see what I got. Let's see if I can even see myself on my own screen here. I can. That's bonus. That's always bonus. All right, so I'm hanging out with you guys. You're hanging out with me. Susan said black again. Black again. I don't know what that means, Susan. Can you not see me? We'll do, we got you. Susan just texted me and said it's black again. I guess in Australia, they're not picking me up. I'm sorry about that, Susan. I hope everything's all right on the other side of the planet. You're not having a Putin blackout or something. Who is Susan? Susan's Mama Bear, and her and our other moderators. What we have is I've got no all good now. Okay, thank you, Susan. I've got moderators here hanging out. They're all over the planet. What they're going to do is they're going to monitor you guys in the chat room. So I'm going to invite you to keep the chat room PG-13 because we've got citizens out there that, you know, they like to have their families watch. So, and we try to keep the chat room PG-13. No talking about vaginas and no sharing explosive formulas. Jerry, I'm looking at you. All right, we're not going to do that stuff. You seeing messages old. Okay, now what I'm doing is you guys, because this is a live stream, we're interacting here. The whole point of this is not for me to just talk for 2 hours like I usually do. The whole point of it is for us, that's me and you, to interact. You guys have questions for the Tactical Rifleman team. I really don't care about the rest of them. I'm going to share my opinion, and I'll let Steve Holland, when he gets here, because, you know, Steve is fashionably late all the time. We'll let Steve share his opinions once he gets here. So how do you guys ask questions? I appreciate you asking. What you do is you put them in chat room. Easy enough. My moderators will pass them to Susan Britcher. Mama Bear will then text them to me on my phone. Is that a pretty picture? That's me and my family at Thanksgiving. Mama, baby, and my son, my cute little man. So anyways, we're all good. Jamie, I can see everything just fine. All right, here's the deal, Jamie. I appreciate that. For everybody else on the internet, I don't need y'all to text me and let me know that you can see me okay. I appreciate it, though, Jamie. I do. Jamie's my nephew-in-law. We do Jamie the Cop. He's been on our show a couple of times. Anyways, he is watching. Right, I got a bunch of you watching already. The cool part, though, is some of you guys may actually need a holster. Right, so we got LAS Concealment is our sponsor tonight. So if you need a new EDC holster, that's what they specialize in. LAS Concealment, dedicated inside the waistband, appendix carry type one. That's what I like. My favorite is the Ronin 3.0. And all their holsters, they got completely customizable. They've got, I think it's like for like 30 different Kydex patterns and all these different kinds of pistols, and you can get it with a light, without a light, all that stuff. So anyways, completely customizable. Check them out at lasconcealment.com. Anyways, I appreciate them sponsoring tonight. Got that out of the way. One of the things I want to talk about is I've literally, you know what I did today? Just got home. I just dropped off the film crew at the airport in Nashville. We have been literally filming nonstop for a week. Actually, I won't say nonstop. We actually ran out of memory cards. My son's memory card reader shit the bed, and those big cameras, they take this weird XQD, Sony XQD cards. Anyways, we couldn't get another card reader in time for Nick to be able to empty the cards. So we actually got 20 videos under our belt. And then me and Emery, we spent yesterday shooting B-roll, stuff like that. Well, not so much B-roll, but stuff for social media, Facebook clips and Instagram clips, stuff like that. So we had a good time. We had a good time. But I had everybody here. I mentioned Emery, but we had Sue LaRue here. Chad Mormon stopped by. We had John Stryker Myers come by. He filmed a video with us in the man room talking about, the POWs and MIAs that are still out there. Believe it or not, they are still out there. They are. And then we actually loaded up everybody, and we went down to Donnie Bowen's Bowen's Combatives. It's his jiu-jitsu dojo down in Clarksville, and we did some videos down there, karambit, knife fighting, all kinds of fun stuff. So we had a good time. Good time, long and tiring. My ankles are all covered with chiggers from moving steel targets out in the field, so we could do some longer range shooting. You'll notice my hand's all red. See how red my hand is? That's because yesterday we were shooting the flamethrower. No, I did not burn my hand. That's a can of red spray paint that blew up when Emery was trying to use it to drive a cleaning rod down the barrel of one of my rifles. red spray paint went everywhere. Funny. That stuff is funny. So anyways, yeah, good stuff. Good stuff indeed. Good stuff indeed. I'm going to see if I can pull that screen up a little bit better. All right, that's working good. Yeah, so anyways, if you guys, you know the deal. If you've got questions, put them in the chat room. I've got a monster-sized cup of coffee with me. That said, guys, we can only stay 2 hours tonight. We are cutting this off at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So if you've got shit you want to talk about, stuff you want to talk about, subjects you want to talk about, put them in the chat room. And what will happen is I will get a text, just like I did right there, from Miss Britcher. And it will say, this from Corey B. Carl, thoughts on the Israeli grip for the handgun? I saw an old video with Emery and the Israeli fellow. I don't know what you mean by Israeli grip. And you have to elaborate a little for me. You understand, you're talking about it like a foregrip? What I think you're talking about is thumb over thumb, like that. My thoughts on it is you cannot manage recoil as well. However, when it comes to fighting with the pistol, actually doing hand-to-hand with it, because remember, when you look at a target, is it a threat, is it not a threat, but is it actually a threat that warrants deadly force? And understand, if it's not a target that warrants deadly force, but it's still a threat, you still have to neutralize it, which AKA means beat homeboy down with your pistol. And you swapping thumbs, understand you're not gripping it as well. So Emery likes to keep that tight grip and then lay that other hand over the top of it, so his thumbs are crossed. No big deal. Personal opinion, but you'll notice that's how Emery used to shoot. Emery does not shoot like that anymore. He doesn't, except for when we're doing combatives. And then he immediately defaults back to a lot of his old training. Muscle memory. Muscle memory, what it is. Man, that is some good freaking coffee right there. That's some good coffee right there. Full disclosure, we don't have a coffee sponsor tonight. I've been knocking back Black Rifle coffee cans all day long, but this is, I made a pot of cold brew and then I thinned it down a bunch with some sweet Irish cream. But this is my last bag of Frontline espresso roast right here. So Eric from Frontline, Five Stone Frontline Coffee. Five Stone Frontline Coffee is good stuff. Eric, if you're watching, put it in the chat room. I think we gave you guys a promo code so you guys can save money. I think it's TR10, saves you 10%, something like that. Not sure exactly what. Don't quote me on that. All right, I got a couple more have come in. Ooh, wow, you guys are all over this here. Mumtaz. Big Gus, is a Primary Arms 1X Micro still good to go? And any updates on the ATS car war belt? Can we see the prototype? There is no prototype on the belt. The belt is done. The belt is done. They can sell them. You can buy them right now, but you can't buy the complete gun belt. What I mean by the complete gun belt is it will come with the med pouch on the back. It will come with the drop piece for your Safariland holster. I'm not selling Safariland holsters. That's going to add an extra $160 to your gun belt. But it does have the drop piece. It comes with 2 AR pouches and 2 pistol pouches. And it comes with a pouch for your tourniquet also. The pouch for a tourniquet is a flashbang pouch. That's what I like. The holdup is actually the Kydex inserts for the AK mag pouches. I don't run 5.56 mag pouches on my belt. Well, why not, Carl? I appreciate you guys asking. I run AK mag pouches because 5.56 mags fit in them perfect. A little bit of play, not much. They retain very, very well. But if heaven forbid you ever have to do a class with an AK mags also fit in it. So you wanted my gun belt. I put AK 7.62 by 39 pouches onto my belt. That's what I run. So, so the hold up on getting the complete belt with all the pouches is ATS is still waiting on the preformed kydex. Other than that, though, literally you can go to ATS Tactical Gear. The belt by itself is $145. I know that's a lot, but it's a good quality belt. But again, use code TACR10 or TR10. Both of them work, I believe, and that saves you 10% off of everything at ATS Tactical Gear that they make there. Obviously, if you buy ammo from them or Coke out of the fridge, they're not going to give you 10% off by saying TR10. Maybe they will. I don't know. That is some good coffee. I mean, that's good coffee right there. Missing just one thing. Yo. Yeah, I'm going to have to add a little bit to this. Good stuff right there. Patron XO Cafe. It's a coffee liqueur made with tequila. So just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit more. Okay. All right, we're done that. We're all set. All right, so we got a couple other questions coming in. Let's see. Susan is still pitching questions here. Ooh, we got a super chat came in from Joey 5.56. Threw down 10 bones. Congratulations on 700,000 subscribers, Carl. I appreciate that. I really do. We were at 666,000 subscribers. Bad number, right? Back in October. It took all this time for me to get less than 40,000 subscribers. Why? Because that was right around the time where we, meaning me and you guys, we pissed off those Google moderators, you know, like the one sitting in the back there. He just came down from upstairs. He was getting some Hot Pockets out of his mom's kitchen. Yeah, those Google moderators are paid to sit here and monitor my live stream, and we have pissed them off a few too many times. And that's why we don't get views anymore. It doesn't matter. We're still going to be here. We're still going to be us. Tactical Rifleman will always be Tactical Rifleman. Okie Precision, Tactical Rifleman, do you have a go-to manufacturer for M4 magazines as a former action guy? Polymer, metal, hybrid, XO. I like your newest generation of the PMags, and I like Lancer mags. Understand any old GI mag will work. You just got to get new followers for them. That's it. Don't run the old Vietnam aluminum followers and stuff like that. What I will say, though, is not all mags are created equal. If you go and buy the cheap Israeli or Romanian or Chinese or South Korean made magazines, so you can get them 3 for $1, you're getting what you paid for. So don't bitch when they don't run. All right, don't bitch. Don't bitch when it doesn't run. All right, Artie Barnes, do you know anything about the New York gun laws, and are they going to start giving background checks at shooting ranges? I have no idea. I don't plan on going to New York. I'm planning on staying in Connecticut, staying in America. I don't plan on going to New York at all. When I drive through New York with all of my guns, I don't plan on stopping for anybody, lights or no lights. I will drive around the state. Just it is what it is. No, honestly, I could give a shit less what they do in New York. Really, that's the truth. I don't know. Vote. That's all I can tell you guys. If you want to bitch about gun laws, vote. And instead of arguing with people and talking bad about people behind their backs, pull them to the side and educate them. Have a conversation with, understand they're going to yell because they think they're right. Libtards always think they're right. They're just not. They're uneducated. That's it. Some of them are actually fairly intelligent. They're just uneducated. They've been taking classes on soy milk and Stalin instead of taking classes on American history and man skills. So you just need to educate them. That's all you got to do. The Gustache, 2531. Man, your mom named you weird. He threw down 5 bones. Sir, what is your opinion on the use of ballistic shields? Are they worth losing speed and mobility? My church is considering them for our security. Actually, they're not a bad option for you. Literally, and here's why I say that. You're church security, so you're going to be in a suit. You're not going to be there in full kit with a helmet on. All right, so the advantage of a shield is you pick up a shield and you sit, literally squat to the ground. It will protect you from your polished brown Johnson & Murphy shoes all the way up to the top of your head as you look through the window with that pistol around the side of the shield. Okay? Yeah, shields are awesome. We, the direct action company, did not use shields because they slow down a lot of stuff. But that said, even then, there are times to use shields. There are. All right, there are. We had them in our inventory, special purpose stuff. We just didn't use them very often. But if you think about it, you can literally be in your nice Sunday best, nice suit, silk shirt, everything. And think of the shooting in Texas a couple years ago where the guy just stood outside like a coward and opened up on the front of the church with an AR. That vinyl siding and cheap wooden church is not stopping anything. Those bullets are going right through. Tell everybody, hit the ground, you pie. You get behind your shield, 2 guys with shields, you can move, you can bound towards wherever the guy is. If he's already in the church and he turns, have him point the gun at you, because then it's not being pointed at anybody else. But you get behind the shield, you draw fire from him, and you let the rest of the church security burn him down. Understand, guys, if somebody comes into church with ill intent, do not negotiate with them. All right? You need to convert these terrorists 1 bullet at a time. Open up their mind to bigger and better things. Aim for the T-box and open their minds. That's the only conversation I'm going to have with them. All right, let's see where we left off here. I think that's one I just read. All right. Malabanas. I hope I'm completely slaughtering that name. Sorry about that. 3 down 30 bones, Carl. I know nearly nothing about firearms optics. Would you point me towards a reliable source of information on red dots, scopes, binos, and night vision thermal devices? Yeah, go to nightvisionguys.com and understand they sell day optics, they sell night optics, they sell binos, they sell a little bit of everything. Your number one seller of optics, night vision to civilians is Amazon, who saw that coming, right? And then it is, I think, what is it? Optics Planet, I think, is number 2. And then number 3 is the nightvisionguys.com. So, and the reason why I point you towards them is you can call them up and ask them a question and they will answer it. They are squared away good people. Annalise and Kyle threw down 50 bones. Hey, Carl, here's some money to get Sue some ice packs for his marble bag. Luckily, the wife hasn't practiced her kicks on me yet. Kyle, thank you for coming to visit. What Kyle's talking about is his wife, Annalise. You guys might know her on social media as Kentucky Fried Korean. And anyways, they came down to film a video with Emery. And one of the videos that they filmed was basically attacks for small people against a larger adversary. In particular, women against a much larger man. So Emery so she wouldn't have to doorbell Emery. You guys understand, we call that right above your clavicles, right there. We call that the doorbell. You push, go 3 knuckles deep. I guarantee you the guy will get out of your way. But anyways, in the video, that's right where the mic is. So rather than Annalise, who's 3 feet tall, doing that to Emery, that is 6 feet tall, let's do it to Sue LaRue. So, anyways, Annalise did the doorbell, but the next step is if the doorbell is not working, because Sue LaRue, understand it takes a while for those nerve impulses to make it all the way up to that brain, because it's like a little pea just rolling around inside the bottom of his skull cavity. It's hard for those nerve pain impulses to get there. She followed it up with a kick to the nuts. And she put Sue LaRue down hard. I mean, she put him hard. So what did I do, right? Because I care about Sue. I said, hey, the sound on that one wasn't very good. Let's do that. Let's do that take again. And they all got up and we did take 2. So anyways, Kyle, thanks for coming down. Please tell your wife I said thank you for the candle. This is a scented candle. Smells like a blueberry cookies. Can you guys smell that? Give that a smell. Can you smell that? Smells like blueberry cookies. It's actually really, really good. She makes scented candles. This one is called Carl's Cookies. And it's actually smells good. The candle doesn't taste as good as the actual cookies do. Who saw that coming? I know. All right, where'd we leave off? I'm falling behind here. Right, Susan, I'm sorry if I'm getting out of order again. I'm trying to do a good job here. That's all right. Next one, Carl S. Tactical Rifleman with Sloppy Joe trying to eliminate M855 green tip. Could you explain the difference between regular and green tip in battle? Would you recommend green tip every 5th round? No, first off, let's get that out of the way right there. Guys, this bullshit where you shake and bake your rounds, like go ball, hollow point in your pistol. I understand that's guys that give way too much thought and sit there and do nothing but do like murder porn and stuff. Right? No. Find good ammo that performs well and is accurate, and then train with it. Right? If you're just doing pew drills, up drills, and then you can shoot cheap ammo. But when you're zeroing, when you're doing any shooting at distance, you need to be training with your actual 5.56 ammo that you train with. Now, you mentioned specifically the difference between 5.56, your cheap 55 grain, which is your M193 basically, which is a 55 grain lead cord, copper jacketed bullet. And then you have your M855, which is basically, it's still, here's my projectile. It's still lead at the bottom, but what they needed was a projectile that was longer for the saw back in the late 80s. So they wanted to keep it as close to 55 grain as possible. To make it longer, they had to take some of the heavy lead out of it. And what they did is, right up here, and near the top of it is a mild steel penetrator in the top. It was not made to be armor piercing, but it has the added benefit of being barrier blind. It'll go through car doors. It'll go through windshields. Yeah, it will. Is it as good as M855A1? No, that's a much sexier ammo. But M855, when you hit the human body with it, you get secondary cavitation. But understand, you're always going to get over penetration. The bullet's going to go right through the body. All right. Your 55 grain cheap ammo at distance is going to do the same thing. Once it slows down, it's going to ice pick right through somebody. But close up, if you hit a soft, fluid-filled part of the body, it is going to go in and completely disintegrate. You're going to get a big hole about the size of a softball if you hit a fluid inside the body. Understand, if you're shooting up around here, you might get the heart, which is currently filled with blood, And again, big softball size hole in the middle. But understand, even with 55 grain, if you hit lungs and somehow miss a rib front and back, it's going to pass right through. All right, you'll get massive secondary cavitation, but your round's not going to disintegrate. All right, they're both okay rounds. They are. So don't worry about it. You know, get accurate ammo. I like 75 grains gold dot that is made specifically for short-barreled rifles. If I'm going to be shooting a precision 5.56, I'll run 77 grain Mark 262. A lot of you guys know it as your Black Hills ammo, because they were the ones that originally loaded it for SF back in the day, for our SPRs that you hear Steve talking about all the time. 77 grain Sierra Match King. Understand, they were not made to go into the body and just blow up. There's nothing magical about the terminal ballistics of that 5.56. The added benefit of the 77 grain in the longer guns, heavier projectile, it maintained energy at distance. Mass in motion wants to stay in motion, right? You guys grasp these laws of physics, right? So anyways, that's it's accurate ammo. It doesn't make it overly in other words, 77 grain Black Hills is not going to tear up the human body any more than your 55 grain is at the other end of the hallway in your house, just because it costs 5 times as much as your cheap 55 grain. It's not going to do it. So anyways, please don't freak out about it. All right. I'm falling behind again. Whoops. Okay, where we got? I think I got that one. Neon Havoc. Man, your mom's just... How about like a normal name? Carl, Steve, stuff like that. Neon. I don't know, maybe that's a cool name. How was that in school? When you were in kindergarten, hi, my name's Neon. I mean, that's cool. Maybe. I almost named my son Thor. That would have been awesome, right? Because my son's 6'5". Hi, my name's Thor. Would have been all right. I don't know. All right. Neon Havoc. Hi, Carl, comma. I'm about to go to basic Canadian. What are tips to keep feet from getting sore, tired, blistery, etc.? Get out and toughen up your feet before you go to basic. No, I can't say that enough, but once you're in, change socks as often as you can. Get a roll of moleskin. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like a one-sided felt tape that you can cut to the shape of where you're going to get your hot spots. They'll then cut like a donut, put it around your blister. I don't do that. I put it where my hot spots are going to form before I get the blister. And become the king of moleskin. Get good socks, get boots that fit you very, very well, and you won't have a problem. Basic is a total joke. Now, I don't know about the Canadian basic. You know, you guys might do things different up there. You betcha I don't know. All right, Heather Flyfishes, she just threw down 10 bones, and she's got a purple turd sitting in a armchair. It almost looks like it's rubbing one out. I don't know. Heather, I don't know what you got going on there. Pyrotactics 1986 threw down 20 bones, minus shipping and handling. Much respect and love, Kentucky Strong. Brother, I appreciate that. I do. All right, that Susan's telling me we are caught up. All right, I believe we are caught up. Got Jamie texting me. Already got that one. All right, so we're caught up on our questions for right now till Susan sends me another one. So there's a couple things that I wanted to talk about. First off, I'm going to be posting 2023 calendar in September. Those of you that can't train the rest of the year. But there's a lot of you that I would, honest right off the bat, I'd say, and I know the cost of gas, which in turn runs up the cost of food and everything else. I understand costs are high right now, but if you talk to any professional in just about any field, they will tell you technology and equipment is important, but training is just as important, if not more important. So I just want to throw that out there, that if you guys have not taken professional training here this year, I've got a bunch. Our classes have been selling out here recently, all except for one, high risk travel. I don't know why people don't like high risk travel. That's one of my favorite classes. The information that comes out in it. Anyways, if you're interested in classes, I still have some slots left for July. July 12th is a Patreon thing, and then 13th is medical. 14th is Combat Pistol 101. 15th and 16th, I think, is Combat Pistol Carbine. August is... I don't remember what's in August. Big thing later on in the year, though, September, we're going to be doing a big back-to-back marathon again, where we will do medical, Combat Pistol 101, Combat Pistol Carbine, Carbine Zero Mastery, Advanced Pistol Carbine, all back-to-back. So if you want to save on the cost of gasoline and knock out all that training back-to-back, again, you can sign up for those classes at tacticalrifleman.com. You can. And again, we've got classes going on further throughout the year. Good stuff indeed. Good stuff indeed. Yeah, I got a couple more came in, which is what I want. I want you guys to get your questions answered. Okie Precision Tactical Rifleman, how about a preferred bipod for a 20-inch 5.56? I'm a big fan of the Atlas bipod made by B&T Industries. I've got, I think, 7 different generations of them. What I mean by that is literally one of the first prototypes of it was sent to me while I was still a sniper team sergeant over in Iraq. And the inventor, his name's Casey Belts, he sent it to me. I gave him back constructive criticism. He sent me the next generation, and then the next one, and then the next one. We went back and forth. I'm very proud of the Atlas bipod where it is. And what I like about it is you can cant it left and right to level the gun. You have to have that on a precision rifle, but it will also pan left and right for movers. And that was important to me for doing movers in like Najaf and Fallujah, Sadr City, stuff like that. So you need to be able to pan for fast movers. All right, now, the disadvantage of panning for extremely long distance shots is if your bipod is turned sideways, what ends up happening is as that gun recoils, instead of it coming straight back at you, it goes sideways a little bit, and that throws the front of the gun off just a little bit. Doesn't matter for a 400 or 500 meter shot, but for a 15 to 1700 meter shot, it makes a difference. So if you're planning on shooting longer than 600-700 meters more often, then I would recommend what's called the CAL, which CAL stands for cant and lock. In other words, it will cant left and right to level the gun, all right, but it will not pan, and you can lock it. Once you get it where you want it, you can lock that puppy down, so you don't have to worry about leveling the gun anymore. It's not going to move. Where like the Harris bipod, that thing just flops all over the place. You don't have that problem with that. It's made by B&T Industries, BNT.com, something like that. I wish I had a promo code. I don't. But you asked me which ones I like. Now, they're pricey. Why? Because they are extremely high quality milled aluminum, all the parts. Now, there are knockoffs that you can get from Amazon for $20. I got that. He doesn't sell them on Amazon. He does not. But understand, you're going to pay for a Atlas bipod. If you can't afford that, my second recommendation to you would be the one made by Magpul. Magpul has a decent bipod. It is a decent bipod. Not going to bitch about it at all, but I will say it is not as good as it's not as good as an Atlas. That is some good freaking coffee right there. Did I mention that is some good coffee? Susan's yelling at me again. She's saying we got more questions. Carl, I was looking at your ATS belt the other day, but says only made in camo. Is that permanent, or will they be black or plain color eventually? You wanted mine. Mine is multicam. So the reason why it's not offered in a bunch of other colors is because it's being made specifically for me. And when the kit comes out, it will be in multicam. Understand, for ATS to make stuff, they make large quantities of stuff. Now, if you guys start buying it, more and more of it, then yeah, maybe it will be available in other colors. But understand, ATS Tactical Gear is right across from Gate 5 of Fort Campbell, Kentucky. So you have Task Force 160th there, the black helicopters. You have 5th Special Forces Group there. And you understand all these guys are wearing multicam. So that is their garrison uniform. It is also their combat uniform right now. So all their gear is made in multicam. It's funny part because the tactical rifleman belt they have on the shelf there, hanging up racks of them right next to their regular ATS belt, and mine's the one that's selling out. They make them fast, but they sell them fast also, which is cool. Why? Because I don't make cheap stuff. It's pricey. I got it, but that's because literally I made it for you guys. One thing I will say, for example, our patrons over in Australia, if you're a competitive shooter, you're not allowed to wear camouflage to a shooting match in Australia. It's against the law. It is also, and a lot of people don't realize this, you go to a lot of shooting clubs here in the United States, they don't want you showing up wearing camouflage either, because your sport shooters don't want to bring on the persona that guns are dangerous. You know, this is a sport. It's recreation. We're just having fun. We're not dangerous. These are not dangerous people. So anyways, they don't want you wearing camouflage to their... and they have the pretty NASCAR shirts and red rifles and all that, whatever. And they can do whatever they want. But for me, I show up with my camouflage gun belt and my work gun. Why? Because guns are made for combat. Whether you are killing the groundhog in the backyard, whether you're defending your family, or whether you're defending your nation, ask that groundhog. He was fighting for his life and he lost. Guns are made for combat, people. That's just the truth. Like it or not, guns are dangerous. They are. Guns are very dangerous. Guns are not evil. They are not evil. A gun has never killed anybody, all right? It's a person with ill intent, or a person making a mistake, being careless, is why we have accidental discharges and murders that involve firearms and everything. But there were lots of people murdered long before there were firearms. This one is from Pat G. Carl, comma. What are your thoughts on the Law Tactical folder? It's okay. I have no personal experience with it, but I saw it a couple different places. I know a couple guys that run them, and they don't have any gripes with them. But me personally, I don't have any experience with them. So please don't wait. Well, Carl said it was okay, because I'm not saying that I do not have any personal experience with them. That's, again, I wish I did, Pat. I do. I wish I did. I just don't. I don't have any. Don't have any at all. All right. This Friday's video, my son is actually working on the edit right now. Is you guys know my work pistol, my G45. Pete Jones. You guys seen Pete in some of our videos. Pete Jones from Allen Arsenal. He loves his Timney triggers. He loves them, and they're great competition triggers. Well, he's like, Carl, you got to try this one in your Glock. You got to try it in your Glock. Got to try it in your Glock. Okay, so tried it in my Glock. That was January, and the video comes out this Friday. I ran it, and I didn't just, I let him put it in the gun, and then I took it through Operation Valkyrie. I took it through this, took it through that. I actually lent it to a patron to shoot through a pistol and pistol carbine course. It was Susan Britcher. She shot my G45 through the whole course. I ran my G34. It runs great, except for when it was underwater. I got it wet, Operation Valkyrie, and it became single shot. Tap, rack, tap, rack, tap, rack. And I've not been able to replicate it. I've put the gun back underwater again, let it sit, everything, mags filled with water, everything. I cannot get it to jam again. But full disclosure, it did jam during Operation Valkyrie. Okay. 1 day of jamming. But to me, that's enough for me to say I probably wouldn't take it overseas into a nasty environment. Would it be great for EDC? Would it be great for competition? Would it be great for a work gun in classes? Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a smooth trigger. So anyways, that video comes out Friday. If my son can get the edits done, he said we've got to shoot a little bit more in the morning. So we're going to go film some more. We got some great videos filmed the last week. We had a whole laundry list, but one of the ones that I liked was, I love my Barrett 50 cal. You guys know I do. And the guys talk about different kinds of ammo that are available, but when they do their videos, they usually shoot ball ammo because they're only $6 a shell. That's fine, but I've never really seen anybody do a video about armor-piercing incendiary. You'll see guys that will shoot a couple Rofus rounds, but they don't like shoot a lot. I shot half a can of armor-piercing incendiary rounds, gathering data and filming this video that we just filmed. We filmed it Saturday, and took us four hours of straight filming. That was a lot of ammo. Kyle and Annalise were there. Emery was there. We had a great time. Sularu was there. Chad Mormon was there. We had a great time. It's a beautiful gun. I wouldn't let him shoot it. I let him shoot it at the end when we were done. But we shot a half a can. We shot 50 rounds of API. You understand? There's no sponsor. There's no, and you know the video will immediately get demonetized by the YouTube soy boys. It will. So I will never recoup the price of that ammo. I'll never get it back. It's gone forever. But it was a good video. And then we did a bunch of other great videos, some more fun shooting drills, things like that. So good stuff indeed. Good stuff indeed. Lots of stuff for you guys to appreciate. Got another one here from Jonathan Camps. He threw down 2 bones minus shipping and handling. Do I need something between a 18-inch rifle and an MCK? No. What's the difference between them? 6 inches. You know, no. MCK is a pistol caliber carbine, 18-inch rifle. No. And don't get me wrong. If you're looking for an excuse to buy another firearm, because here's the deal. When the zombies attack your house, or the North Koreans or whoever, when they attack, even if you live by yourself, you've got your gun. It's always good to have a spare. But it's also, how about if you got somebody joining you for pizza? You got a couple buddies over playing Xbox or whatever. Hey man, I just happen to have a spare rifle for you. Here, take this bandolier of magazines and go watch that window over there. Freaking nutbags. Yeah, you do not need a rifle between an 18-inch and an MCK, but you do need another rifle. You do. All right. Otto von Weisses. Why don't you like Accuracy International rifles? Please answer. Dude, I love Accuracy International rifles. I love them. Understand, my most expensive firearm that I own is my Accuracy International AXMC. It is a pricey son of a gun. The Smith and Bender glass on it is $5,000. All right, to give you an idea of how much the rifle costs. It's $11 every time I pull the trigger on that puppy. I've got the different calibers. I've got the suppressor for it, the 338 suppressor, and the 308 suppressor. I love that gun. I love it. All right, so I love Accuracy International guns. But that said, there are guys that custom make precision rifles, literally custom make them. And understand, a custom-made gun by a reputable company is going to be accurate, more accurate than a mass-produced precision rifle. Okay, so like some of your surgeon rifles are more accurate than a AI. Okay, but when I started messing with the Barrett MRAD, I heard the Barrett MRAD was getting ready to win the contract, or did win the contract for the Army ASR, Advanced Sniper Rifle. When I heard they won it, I was like, hey, Barrett, can I borrow 2 of those rifles so I can film a video? And I brought them, and I shot group, put it side by side with my Accuracy International AXMC, because I wanted to be able to tell the world it was almost as accurate as my AI. Which would be, you understand, guys, the AI is the gold standard for military sniper rifles. That is the Lamborghini of military sniper rifles. So I wanted to be able to say that the Barrett was really, really close. That's what I was wanting to say. So I literally put them side by side and was shooting shot groups. And, right, because I got my Accuracy International right here, and I was hoping that Barrett would be close. The Barrett shot better than my AI did. So please don't take it as though I don't like Accuracy International guns. I love Accuracy International guns. I do. But the Barrett MRAD, like it or not, the Barrett MRAD that the U.S. SOCOM picked up it's more accurate. I don't mean to hurt AI's feelings. I don't mean to hurt the feelings of everybody that has gone out and bought a Accuracy International, because they're great guns. You've got a great gun. You've got the Lamborghini of precision rifles. You really do. But understand, if you got to kill a Lamborghini, you get yourself a Barrett. All right. Next one is from Coleman Mize. Carl, what's your advice in keeping small groups less than 1 MOA for long-range shooting beyond 300 yards? Reticles with a center dot seems to hide the desired point of impact after so far of target thoughts. Yeah, go with a reticle that has a very, very fine crosshairs in the middle. I like first focal plane scopes, all right? So if you dial all the way out, you can barely see it. But when you dial it all the way up, you'll be able to see that reticle. But you want a fine reticle. Most of your mill reticles, like the Horus H59, your Tremors, your even the ACSS ones, whether it's the Hera, the Apollo, whatever it is, Primary Arms, they're designed by Dimitri, the guy that patented the whole ACSS Advanced Combat Sighting System. He's got some great reticle designs, but understand a reticle, and you do have to have a fine point of aim, you do. But understand, past 300 meters, all right, that's still a 1 MOA. That is a 3-inch dot, right? So if you'll be able to see that, by the way, if you've got a decent scope. And if you can't shoot then put up a 6-inch dot, right? Because if you can see it, right, the reticle does not determine the size of your shot groups. What determines the size of your shot groups is precision, right? Precision rifle, not an accurate rifle. And a lot of people don't understand the difference. A precision rifle has to have a precision barrel that fires precision ammo, right? That ammo has got to be precise ammo. Precise ammo. Let's see if I can pull this projectile out for you. I'll show you what it looks like. Ooh. Not wanting to come out right now. Most of my ammo that I have here on the table, guys, is designed so I can pull it out and show you guys the projectile. This is actually one of my 338 Lapua rounds right here. My hands are slick. A good precise projectile, one that will cut through the air effectively, but consistently. In other words, they spent a lot of high quality control, making sure that the bullets are identical. Quality control, making sure your powder charge is identical, that it will react to different temperature changes. It will react identically to the previous bullet. And what you end up having is precise muzzle velocities coming from precise chamber pressures, pushing that bullet out the end of the barrel. And you get a precision rifle shooting precision ammo. Then what gives you the actual accuracy is you've got to hook this mammal onto the back of it, and he has to be able to aim it precisely and consistently the same every time. Now, there's more than just lining up the crosshairs on the target. You've got to put it same weight against your gun. Load that bipod the same every time. Pull the trigger the same every time. Everything has got to be the same. The key to precision is precise gear, but consistency. So, yeah, you being able to shoot a sub-MOA group, in other words, less than 3 inches at 300 meters, that's you. Try a couple different kinds of ammo. Find the ammo that likes your gun the best. All right. You may have a rifle that's not capable of shooting sub-MOA. If you're trying to shoot sub-MOA with a AR, understand those are 2 to 4 MOA guns, depending on how crappy it was built. Yep, that's okay though, guys. That's an 8-inch shot group at 200 meters. That's still very, very effective. That's the chest. That's the chest. That's some good freaking coffee right there. I think I hear Steve Holland wandering around out there. I hope he's showing up soon. I do. All right. I did that one an hour ago. Whoops. All right. I got a blue turd. All right. Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm falling behind. All right, next one. Me Too on YouTube. Me Too on Tube. Thoughts on a 308 Barrett. Guys, Barrett makes good firearms. They do. So, they do. They do. You can get a 5.56 Barrett. Their Rec 7 is a good gun. All right. But understand, guys, I'm not hung up on just buying a name. I'm not. There's lots of great companies out. Daniel Defense make great guns. My favorite 308 is actually that one right there. That's made by Adams Arms. It's a piston, 12.5-inch 308 gun. It's fitted for my suppressor. It's got a great primary arms scope on it with the Griffin reticle. And it is a tack driver. It really is. And I can run subsonic ammo through it, all that stuff. DH. Hey, Carl, could you run a PVS 14 helmet mounted with a red dot on a 45 rail mount instead of an IR laser? You could. You can. All right. And that's why you see a lot of guys are running these really tall risers on their guns. But understand the muscle memory and the practice you're going to have to do to try to get your head to be, because understanding you're looking through a toilet paper tube. All right. Now, and that thing goes straight. That's not how you normally, think about this now. I want you guys to think about it. When you put on your shooting glasses, when you shoot, whether it's pistol or rifle, where do you shoot? Do you look out the center of your glasses or do you shoot out the top half? 99% of you, by the way, shoot out the top half, if not the top third of your shooting glasses. That's no joke. 99% of you. 99% of you shoot out the top half of your shooting glasses. Now, my reason for saying that is your toilet paper tubes, your night vision goggles, whether you're running binos or a monocular, they go straight out. So now you're shooting, but now you've got to turn that head, and it's just very, very hard. It is much easier to run an IR laser. Now, everybody will say, well, but an IR laser is active. The enemy can see it. Yeah, when the time comes and you're fighting Chinese soldiers, yeah, then go passive. But understand, guys, the gangbangers out there, the zombies, the meth addicts, the libtards, they are not running. Understand, they're not running night vision. They're not running night vision. So the argument that you guys all need to do it is so not true. I know it's the latest hotness. It's the latest hotness. You've got to do all your night shooting without IR lasers. IR lasers are a thing of the past. No, they are not. They are so not. They are not a thing of the past. Not even close. You poor guys. But I know that's the latest hotness on Instagram. Don't get sucked into it, guys. Do the right thing. I did that one. So I am falling behind again. All right, Jason Matthew Glass. So that's a great name, by the way. He threw down 10 bones. Some people feel militias are maniacs with lots of guns. Others feel the same way about a militarized police force. Your channel helps to educate that first group. Thanks for what you do. Actually, my channel educates both groups. Understand, a police force needs to be militarized, like it or not. You have to have special tactics units. You have to, because sometimes when they show up and there's a hostage situation at the apartment complex, that nutbag is bunkered in. He's bunkered in, and he's bunkered in hard. So for you to say, well, the military doesn't need a Bearcat, the law enforcement doesn't need a Bearcat, the law enforcement doesn't need body armor, they don't need AR rifles, they don't need all that. That's the same argument that the people on The View have about you guys with your ARs. You guys don't need them. You don't need them. You do not need them. You don't need them. So the reality is my job as an American patriot, a retired Green Beret, my job is to train American patriots to be able to defend our homeland. Whether you're defending the other end of your hallway from a home invader, whether you're defending your neighborhood, whether you're helping me defend our country. And I pray to God you never have to draw down on another American. I do. I pray to God you never have to. All the people that come on here and they're like, is it time for the boogaloo? Is it time for the boogaloo? Guys, when I say, hey, I'm turning off my YouTube channel, all right, then you can start worrying about it. But I pray you guys never, ever have to draw down on another American. Train and train hard, guys. All right, let's see. The camera just went off. I got a license plate reader out there. Let me see. Let me pull it up. Playback. I see what vehicle it is. Oh, that's Steve Holland. All right, Steve Holland's here. That's good to know. Steve's here. All right, we're going to get him to come visit us here. I left the back door unlocked for him. I did not leave the back door unlocked for you guys, okay? But I left it. All right, we got next one here is from Jeff B. Threw down 5 bones. Body armor. Are you still vertical and in the fight if your level 3 bus plates get hit with 9mm handgun rounds? Yeah, that you are. Are you still in the fight if you get hit with 5.56 rifle rounds? Yeah, you are. Could they go through the armor? Yeah, it's possible. Could they? More likely than not, your rounds will miss your armor. Understand that you wear armor to give you a sense of security so that you won't chicken out. But understand them hitting these little medium-sized plates that all the pew-pew guys wear. I wear extra large plates, by the way. The odds of them hitting your small plate are very, very small. You're going to end up getting shot around your plates. You're not out of the fight till the red blood cells stop moving, guys. Please don't ever quit. You keep fighting. Keep fighting on. Next one is from Roach Dog. Do you still use the MDR? Nada. The MDR, guys, is I was asked to test it out. And I told them, when anybody sends me anything, I tell people if I like something, I will gladly do a video about it. If I don't like something, I will not bash it on the internet. Instead, I will give you written constructive criticism, and so you can make your product better. Because if I was to bash something right now, that video is up on YouTube forever, and 2 years from now, they may have fixed all the issues, and it might be the best weapon out there, but I still have a video up that says that it sucks. So I don't, if you guys notice, I don't bash things on the internet. I don't. You'll hear me not talk about things, right? I don't talk about that. I don't talk about it, right? I'm hoping that they will fix all the issues with it, and it'll be a great gun. It's a great, great concept. It really is a great concept. But I would not take it to combat. That's just me being honest. You will not see a video about it for a while. I'm hoping to do a video about it. I would love to do a video about it. All right. I got one here. Carl, the website says the Patreon class is sold out. Is that right? That is not correct. Let me check. Wrong one, Carl. Ooh. All right. No, it's Susan. I'll be able to tell you exactly how many slots are left. Give me just a second. What they're talking about is November. We do this once a year. November is the weekend, 5-day long course right before Thanksgiving. And we do a 5-day long Patreon only course. We're going to be shooting from a helicopter this year. We're going to be doing precision rifle, including the Barrett, including all these other precision rifles. We've got full auto guns. We've got survival. We're going to be doing land navigation. We got all kinds of stuff. Escapology, improvised weapons. All right, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 16, 17. Yep, I got, I have got, no, because I didn't hold slots for, I got roughly 5 slots left for Patreon. So if you're one of my patrons out there, you guys know the deal. This is the mother of all courses. It's being held in Texas at a, there's like this old cowboy town that they hold like big weddings at. It's all beautiful. It's all air conditioned, beautiful lodging and everything. They've got horses and all, a zip line. We're not doing any of that. We are doing 100% tactical rifleman. Awesome stuff. That is some good coffee. I mean, I'm really digging that right there. Excellent question, though. All right, next one. All right, let's see if I can get it to pop up here. Joseph Charon, Carl, between April and June, the IRS has spent over $7,000 on ammo. What does the IRS need ammo? The oppressor liberal. All right, here's the deal, guys. They spent $7,000 on ammo. The IRS. Understand, the IRS has got gate guards. They've got guards. The IRS has got guards at their doors because it's a federal building. All right. They all have to qualify just like everybody else. And guys, I'm not tin hatting you, but there's a lot of you that buy into stuff that tin hat people put on the internet. $7,000 is nothing. $7,000 literally is, how many rounds is that? Even if it was a million rounds of ammo, even if it was a million rounds of ammo, you break that down to how many different locations the IRS has and everything. And by the way, it's not a million rounds of ammo, right? 7,000, right? You understand this stuff is like what, 50 cents a round. So now we're at, what's that? 3,500 rounds. I shot that this month, and we are not even to the end of it yet. And that's not counting the 50 cal ammo. Holy smoke. 9mm and 5.56, I shot over 3,500 rounds this month. So I'm one guy. All the security guys, all their security details that they have to have, contractors, all this other stuff. Put the ammo in case the building's attacked because it's a federal building. Now, you see what I'm getting at? Guys, please don't buy into the tin hat shit that, oh, the Department of Homeland Security just bought 2 million rounds of ammo so that the civilians couldn't buy it. They did not buy it so that you couldn't. They bought it because the bean counter was told once a year he has to buy so many rolls of toilet paper, so much ammo, so many pads of paper, so many new Dell computers, so many of this, so many of that. And the bean counters buy it bulk. They buy it all bulk. They buy it bulk. So guys, please, I hope I didn't hurt your feelings. Please, guys, understand I do not mean to come across as bashing you guys that are conspiracy theorists or that drink some of this conspiracy theorist Kool-Aid. I am not meaning to do that. Not at all. My wife is a great example of that. You guys know I love my wife. I love her. I'd be worthless without her. She would, especially right after the election, you had all this Q stuff going on and everything else. And JFK's lost son was going to come back from the dead. And Trump was going to do this and Trump was going to do that. And I would caution her that, all right, understand parts of this are true. Parts of this are true. But let me listen to it. And honey, this is blatantly wrong. And this is blatantly wrong because they just don't know. They literally don't know. But I do. But understand of all these other things that I'm not sure of, I don't know. I'm not the subject matter experts on them. So there may be a lot of other things that are not true also. Now, one thing I will say is that works both ways, right? There are people on Fox News and Max and all these other social media things that all you guys follow that they are blowing shit up your skirt. They are blowing it up your skirt. Now, the flip side of that is the libtards are doing the same thing. The Democrats create drama, but so do the conservatives. The Republicans create drama, and so do the Democrats. You guys are self-licking ice cream cones. Now, I am 100% American and independent. I lean a lot towards a lot of the views that the conservatives have. I am not a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm definitely not a Democrat. That's why God made wood chippers, right? But I am not. I am independent. I am American. And the biggest problem with this country is the Democrats are only loyal to their party and the Republican swamp is only loyal to their party. They need to be loyal to the American people. And until they do that, you guys need to be voting them out of office. Both sides. Drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. I thought I smelled something. How you doing, Steve? Come on in, man. Pull up a pew.
Anyway. So what you have?
All right, so he's saying it was 700,000, not 7,000 rounds. Yeah, okay. But literally what I'm saying, it's under 1 million rounds. Under 1 million rounds. My one assault troop would shoot more than 1 million rounds a year. Yeah, a lot more than that. Guys, I was shooting 1,000 rounds of 45 ammo a week in Iraq. Me, one guy, and we had a whole troop. So please don't think 700,000 rounds is a lot of ammo. It is not a lot of ammo, guys. It is not.
700,000 is a lot of rounds.
No, it's not. Not for an entire government agency. It is not a lot of rounds. How many rounds does SOCOM go through, Steve? Go get your alcohol. Go, and then come on back. Go get it.
I was looking for it. I couldn't find it.
What are you looking for?
The normal cafe.
That one?
Yeah.
Grab it. Steve's out there looking for this. There's not many of these left on the planet. I'm here for you, Steve. I'm here. Grab your wine glass and come visit. Jose Requena threw down 5 bones. Carl, what's your favorite length of AR barrel for clearing your home? I found my 16-inch barrel too heavy and impractical for indoors. All right. I run a 13.7 pinned barrel on my work gun. The break is pinned, and that gives me my legal 16-inch. Right? With the clap stock on. So why do I do that? Because, one, I don't like to run a brace because I don't want the ATF saying I'm a felon, because I'm not. I'm a nice guy. Right? When they decide to make everybody's braces illegal, if you don't register it as a short barrel rifle, so I run you guys have seen my TR1. It's got a 13.7 inch barrel with a Surefire SOCOM brake on it that pinned and welded. It is legal 16 inch. If that's too long for you, you must be an incredibly small statured person, which is okay. If you're that small, you want to get a smaller gun, understand if you go shorter than a 10.5 inch AR barrel, 10.5 inch, you might as well be just ice picking the guy with 22 long rifle, because you're not getting the secondary cavitation. You're going to get a big, huge fireball, which sucks when you're trying to defend your home because now you don't have any night vision. So my answer for you is all these guys, they show up at the range with these super short PDWs, personal defense weapon, which is basically meant to be like with you in the vehicle or doing like personal security detail, helicopter pilots, things like that. ARs that have got 5-inch barrels on them. The only reason why they're running 5.56 is so that their magazines are the same as everybody else around them. All right, but understand you're not even burning half that gunpowder in that first 5 inches of the barrel. Your rounds are not going half the velocity yet. So you're not going to get that big secondary shockwave inside the body. You're not. So if you need shorter than 10 inches, all right, one, you need to talk to your wife about that. But if you need shorter than 10 inches, go with a pistol caliber carbine. Literally, go with a Banshee. I got my Banshee right there. Go with the Banshee. You notice it doesn't even have an optic on it. I love it. But my daughter doesn't shoot with me anymore, and that's basically her gun. I've got a bunch of other fun pistol caliber carbines. I got these two I really like. They're the Global Ordnance Stribogs. I got a Stribog A1 and a Stribog A3. The cool part about my A3 is it takes Glock mags. And it's badass. The thing is fully ambidextrous. And what's not to like about that? It still takes my dead air suppressor. It is badass. And it runs like a champ. I was surprised how well that thing is running. So good stuff indeed. Good stuff indeed. Yeah, if you got to cut down, I run a 10.7 inch AR with a pinned brake. That's me. That's what I run. All right. Come on. I think that's one I just did. Yep, that's the last one. All right, we're back. We're waiting for Steve to come in, which is all good. We're hanging out with Steve Holland, the masses. He brought a bunch of uppers for you guys. He's got belts of shotgun ammo, all kinds of squirrely shit. Steve likes his graphic training aids. What are we talking about tonight, Steve?
Well, first we'd like to start off by
say hello to Susan.
Hello to Susan.
Yep, say hello, Susan. That's not how you say it. Steve, how do you say it?
I say Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy.
And then you guys say oi, oi, oi. All right,
Yep.
so you say it again. Didn't hear you.
I'm going to say hello to the TR Nation.
Slide this way, Steve. Slide this way. There we go. That's better.
Hello to the TR Nation.
I gotta take that away from you,
Take that away from me.
Steve.
Take that away
Steve
from
is
me.
not
Take it away.
allowed to have a
I
mouth.
say
That would be
hello to
horrible.
everyone. I normally would, say like God bless America, but I know there's more than Americans watching this show. So God bless all of the good nations, God's people, God's country.
So we
Hello.
you came up Sunday to grill. He didn't
Yeah.
show up in time to shoot, but
It was Father's Day.
one thing he missed out on is because you guys know I don't give a fuck. You know I don't. Excuse my language. Well, Sularoo gave me a jar of literally, so now I can't use that excuse anymore. Whenever somebody does something messed up, I've got to literally, I got a whole jar of them here. So,
Oh my gosh.
Sularoo gave me a jar. Seriously, you can't make that up. They're made out of wood. They're little itty bitty things. So I have to care again. So I care. I care about you, Steve. You know I do.
I know.
You know I
And
care about
to
you.
Dana and Aunt Helen, if you're watching, I brought the plate back.
Yes.
That's
I brought the plate back. Awesome. We made Steve. Steve was on the phone, and so anyways, we ended up making Steve. Big Al Crawford made Steve a plate. We did steaks and
Awesome Al Crawford.
Oh yeah, it was good food indeed, wasn't it?
Definitely.
Why are you wearing a bandolier, dude?
Because this is the United States of America, and I can.
You can't slide this way, Steve. Slide this.
Gotta say
I'm
hello.
trying to get that off your face.
Hello,
right there.
hello. Is there anybody in there?
Oh shit, he's doing.
Not if you can hear me.
He's doing Pink Floyd.
Is there anybody home? Come on. I hear you in feeling down. Me and my AR can ease your pain, get you reincarnated again.
Oh my God! All right, I got some questions for Steve here.
There's no more pain, you are receding.
All right, this one's from Jonathan Camps, threw down 2 bones. Steve, what's in your haversack this week? What's in your bag, Steve?
I actually now officially call it my haversack.
Me too.
And I've had that thing for maybe 15 years.
That's his haversack.
Today, I was digging through piles trying to find the strap so I could, strap it on and be properly sacked up. And you're talking about the druggy guys and the plugs and everybody else. They got their sacks. Well, I got my haversack. So what's in my haversack today?
You realize you're wearing a shotgun belt of ammo on your
Yeah, I do.
Okay,
In my haversack is a kukri,
okay.
appropriately.
Nice.
With
Did Randy get that sheath made for you?
This is the one that Randy had.
Yep.
Randy had the sheath
Looks
made
like
for me.
Randy's,
the sheath that
design,
came
yeah.
with this thing was cheap. I was afraid I was gonna cut myself. So Randy's guy, Ray Hodges, did that for me. And he's doing a couple other things for me. What else is in my haversack? A AR-22 long rifle magazine. We'll get to that. A box of 375 SOCOM. Because based on the question from last week about the 458 SOCOM versus the 4570, I don't have 458, but I do have 375. So I bought 375 case. Anyway, it's on my belt. And a box of 4570, okay, in my haversack. Safety glasses. A
You got 40 minutes, Steve.
knife it,
Oh, Tanto.
double bladed.
Cold steel, right?
Yeah, cold steel. I know everybody's like, oh, cold steel, you get Chinese stuff. Until somebody shows me something better, I'm going with cold steel. I can ease your pain.
Oh shit!
Get
No,
you
no. This
on
is
your
a
feet
singing
again.
free zone here, Steve. Singing free zone. All right, here we go. I got that one. All right, what's in Steve's haversack? We got that one. Next one, Ryan Atwood. Hi, I know nothing about military training, but you have taught me a lot, and I love listening to you talk about it. I was wondering, why do they not promote the Dayton armor that you reviewed 9 months ago? They don't promote anything. They, if you've noticed, they promote certain things, and all the armor that they make for the varsity team is not listed on their website. Call is what it says. It says call. So a lot of understand. Certain units want certain things, but they also don't want to put the specs out on the internet. So that's just.
Well,
I hope I answered that well enough.
One of the things you have to understand is the government and the military, they work on contracts awarded, and they're put out on what they call the Federal Business Opportunity, FBO, Fed Biz Ops. They put out a requirement for bid, and the companies respond based on the specs they put on there called KPPs and APPs, and the company replies, and they send in, if they're required to, they send in samples, and samples are taken in and they're tested, depending on what it is. It goes from everything from a vehicle to ammo pouches. They go through certain testing and phases, and then whoever wins that solicitation is awarded a contract. So the government or the military, we don't go out and say, hey, so-and-so just won a contract for a across-the-chest shotgun belt. They don't do that. They take the product in and they give it to the soldiers to go do their thing with it. They're not into advertising.
Now, there are a lot of companies that will say, hey, we just got a SOCOM contract. Where they didn't. They got a contract for 6 of them so that SOCOM could test them. But to a small company, that's a big deal. But they don't realize that doesn't equate to them being fielded by SOCOM.
Well, a good example, a recent example, is the SOCOM sniper rifle, and Barrett Firearms won
the ASR we were
the
actually
ASR,
just talking about.
the Mark 22. So that's an example of, but SOCOM is not going to run around saying, oh, we bought Barrett's. I mean, you're going to know through Barrett advertising and the different firearms magazines and stuff like that, going to say, look, the new rifle is the Mark 22, but the government is not going to do that.
Yep. All right, Chris V threw down $5. Carl, I got a Daniel Defense M4A1, which is a 14.5 inch. What do you suggest between an EOTech red dot with magnifier or a low power variable optic like the Voodoo? Also, what suppressor all-around rifle? Number one, dude, I don't know your situation. I don't. If you're in a normal urban environment, it's a 14.5 gun. It's not a precision gun, right? If you wanted it to be precision, then go with the variable. But understand these are awesome, right? Low power variable optics are awesome, but understand they are not the cat's meow for a truck gun for inside the house for doing CQB. They're just not. They're not. So for me, my truck gun, I run either a EOTech or a 1X Micro Prism, depending on what gun it is. And then, now you mentioned the magnifier. Here's that new Micro Prism. That is a 3X magnifier. It's badass. It'll go behind an EOTech. It'll go behind any red dot. They're awesome, right? They're awesome. The problem, though, is with this to the side of your gun. Let me find you a normal optic. All right, with it to the side of that optic, I now have a blind spot off to the side when I bring that gun up. I have a blind spot right here, guys. I have a blind spot, right? Now, when it's folded over, they line up perfect. They line up perfect. They do. But if it's mounted on the gun and it is to the side, one, I've added weight to my gun that I didn't need to add, and I have a blind spot. So here's what I do. I don't run magnifiers. I run an EOTech or a red dot or a micro prism, whatever it is. I run basically a red dot. I love this little magnifier. I love my EOTech magnifier, but I keep them in my day pack, right? So if I needed magnification, then I could slap it on the gun, right? Because understand it's behind the reticle. So long as once you've zeroed it, you can take this thing on and off the gun, because all you're doing is you're basically centering the picture in it. All right, the actual zero of the optic is through the red dot itself. Now, why am I saying that? Because why do you need the magnifier on the gun? The magnifier on the gun is there for what? So you can be more accurate at 25 meters?
No.
100 meters? No. You can still drive tacks at 200 meters. With just a red dot. This magnifier is so that I can identify, is it a threat, is it not a threat, is it a threat that actually warrants deadly force, and then gives me a little more, a little better point of aim because I can see the target better, but it does not make the ammo or the gun more accurate. It doesn't, and it pisses people off at our Carbine Zero Mastery course, because I'll lay there with just my EOTech, and they'll have EOTechs with magnifiers, and my group is still just as tight as theirs, if not tighter, because Mr. White used to shoot iron sights and hit the 1,000-yard knockdown E-type on range 2 before they shut it down. Standing up, I watched him snatch the gun up out of the guy's hand because the guy said his rifle was broke. He benched it against the side of the tower, pulled the trigger, looked, spotted where it hit, and then went back behind the gun, adjusted for wind, pulled the trigger, and knocked the plate down. 36-inch plastic E-type knockdown, range 2, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, back in the day. That range is now a pistol range. But I saw it with my own eyes. My point for saying that iron sights, dots, optics do not make a weapon more accurate. Now, low power variable optics are very general purpose. They're great. They give the young Marines their 1X for using in the house, and then this one will go all the way up to 8X, right? Illuminated reticle, everything. That's great for these Marines, conventional Marines that are supposed to be fighting at long distance out on the modern battlefield. But for CQB, you're going to see that they're not running low power variable optics. Are there a lot of guys running them in courses? A lot of instructors out there that I got it. They're the latest new hotness. I got that. I got it. Do I have guns with low power variables? I just mentioned my 308 right there. There are situations, if I'm going to be out driving across Oklahoma, I want a low power variable on my gun. My truck gun, low power variable optic on it. Not for defending my home. So it depends what your situation is. Susan is saying, I'm getting long-winded here. That she didn't actually say that, but I'm falling behind. Susan doesn't bitch. She does a great job. Malabanius threw down 20 bones. Oh, goody. Another episode of Mr. Holland's Neighborhood. Talking about you, Steve. It's a beautiful day. Oh, that's right. This is a no singing zone.
Come on. Just a little pinprick.
Oh, my head. Why are you going back to Pink Floyd, dude?
To be no more, ah! But you may feel a little sick.
Slam Adams is here with $5 just for shits and giggles. Didn't have a comment at all. You need to get Steve a TR shirt. Okay. I've given you TR shirts, haven't I?
No.
No?
You give me the little patch, the little Velcro patch.
I'm sorry, Steve. I'll hook. What size you wear?
Extra large.
XL. Slam Adams is back. What's the best sniper range either of you have been to when you were still active duty? Best sniper range. Ooh. Best sniper range.
Okay. You want to go first?
You go ahead. Depends what you want to do.
It's hard to say what's the best range versus what's the best block of instruction and the instructors. For me, and I've been to a lot of ranges, the one that was really good and most memorable to me was when I went to Marine Corps Scout Sniper Instructor School at Quantico. Standard, known distance, guys in the pits pulling targets. But it was a golf course. It was beautiful green grass, cut down to like 3 inches, all the way out to 1,000, and it was awesome. I enjoyed it. I think that Fort Campbell, the ranges that we worked to improve when we started the sniper locker, those are really good ranges. Thunder Ranch, when it was in Texas, they had some really good ranges. Trying to think. Whatchamacallit in Virginia?
I don't know, Steve.
Black.
Long sleeve.
Black
Operation Valkyrie. Check that out, guys.
Long sleeve shirt.
No.
I probably need one.
Yeah, right now you need one, right?
Yeah, because white man cold up here, man.
And this one is Tactical Precision Rifle. You said XL?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And this one for my patrons out there. Patreon. All right. That's good looking shirt, Steve.
Good shirt.
That's 3 right there. I'll get you some
I'm gonna
more.
rock it. No, I'm good. 3's good. I'll rock it.
No,
I'll rock
don't.
it.
He don't want a long sleeve shirt. That's Randy's favorite shirt. The long sleeve one.
Relax, relax, relax. I need some information first. Just the basic facts. Can you show me where it hurts?
That's so wrong.
Hey, this is the Patrick. Where's the thing? Patrick McManus.
Oh, that is.
Program manager.
Mine's upstairs. It's in the dishwasher right now.
Patrick, I'm rocking the Tactical Rifleman cup you made for us.
Craddock, I love me some Stevie Wonder Holland. They like your singing, dude. Oh, that's funny.
It's my favorite.
Not that funny.
That's my famous free fall jump master that says, I'm going to put you out of the plane, but I don't know where the hell you're going to land.
Sherry Champagne threw down 5 bones.
Sherry Champagne.
Carl, it's always an honor and a great time when Steve Holland graces our computer screen. Steve, what's your thoughts on the 4590 or 45120?
My thoughts on the 4590 and the 45120 for all you shooters out there. Back in the day when they used black powder cartridges, I can do this on the screen, like a, this is so. Like the 4570 is basically saying it's 45 caliber with 70 grains of black powder. 4590 is 45 caliber bullet, 90 grains of powder, and on to the 120. I think they're both great cartridges. I mean, I don't mess with them because it's hard to get commercial ammo.
You want to do a giveaway?
Yeah, we do a giveaway.
All right, so I got asked to test out a Power Tac flashlight. It comes in a nice little Kydex bag, Kydex box. This puppy, guys, it comes with, no joke, it comes with a holster. It's rechargeable. It's got strobe, all these different settings, flood, spotlight. It's awesome, right? You know, it didn't do it for me. It didn't. Now, what I'm saying is I charged it up. I looked at it. I played with it a little bit. I've not beat the hell out of it. I've not. My whole thing is flashlight's a flashlight. I like certain weapon lights. I don't think this is awesome enough to warrant me like pimping it on social media. So I'm not going to do it. Instead, could I just throw it up on the shelf and forget about it? Should I send it back to them? They haven't asked for it back. So what I'm going to do is before they ask for it back, again, guys, it's charged up. It's ready to go. It's not even dirty. Not even dirty. Brand new flashlight, Warrior G4FL. The FL's for floodlight. This one's got a floodlight feature on it. Still goes narrow beam. It's got all your different number of lumens. It's still got the strobe. It's got your all that other stuff. It just, I was very meh. So, anyways, it's a decent light though. Very, very decent light. You want to see all the specs? You guys can zoom in and go ooh ah.
To the internet. Look it up on the internet.
Wow. So, anyways, guys, let's do a giveaway. And the word this time is donut is awesome. Donut is awesome. We're not talking about that donut. We're talking about Donut, one of my moderators. All right. So donut is awesome. We're not doing Game of Thrones tonight. We're not doing.
When I was a child,
Oh my!
I had a
fucking
fever. My hands felt
All right, guys, you
just
know the
like
deal. Put it in the
balloons.
Put it in the chat room. Come on, come snuggle. You got to come closer.
Now I got that feeling once again.
I know you do.
You would.
And I'm gonna have to mute Steve Holland once again.
You mute me, you mute yourself. So,
All right. So talk about that mag. Steve, what you got going on?
So basically, guys, one of my favorite subjects is subcaliber for training.
Yes.
Okay. So this is a Colt or Humorous or anybody else you want to call it magazine. As you can see, it's 22 caliber. and I've
22 long rifle.
22 long rifle, and basically the upper is set up basically the same way my fight gun is set up. So I use this for training and for casual shooting because ammunition is very, very expensive,
Very, very
and it's
expensive.
not getting any cheaper, people. So this is a 22 long rifle, subcaliber AR M4 trainer that's set up just like my 5.56 and my 6.8 fight guns, but I can go out and train with this or whatever with call, and he's got students and they're shooting. I'm not gonna sit there and bang, 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 bang 5.56 because we're training, paper targets 25 meters, and it's more about the students than it is about me. So this is just to say, for all you guys that are feeling the, embracing the suck on the cost of ammunition and ammunition availability, is look into different options on getting subcaliber trainers to include your handgun.
Now on that, what kind of 20? I already know the answer because he turned me on to him. What kind of 22 long rifle ammo do you recommend?
Well, I hate to.
You better say CCI because you got me to buy 100,000 rounds of CCI ammo.
For training.
Yeah, for plinking.
Yeah, for plinking, I actually use Winchester. Now, if I am also doing dope out to like 100, because I actually shoot that carbine out to 100, and I have crows and possums and groundhogs in my backyard, excuse me, I shoot CCI Stingers. Okay. Because they are the bomb.
When Steve was still active duty and I was still active duty, so that was almost 200 years ago. Yeah. Steve would be like, yeah, every month you got to buy a brick of Stingers. You got to buy a brick of CCI ammo, and because it's never going. You understand? It's never going to go bad. It never is. And
even back in that day when I was telling Carl, because I was getting that from Mr. White.
Yeah.
And Mr. White was said, son. I said, yes, sir. He said, buy a brick of 22 every payday. So payday was on the 15th,
Yep.
and the end of the month, the last day. So that's 2 bricks a month. And I look at him and say, Mr. White, a brick of 22 at the time that he told me that was like $8.50. I mean,
that was a lot of money back then.
And I'm sitting there now looking back and go, man, at $8.50 a brick of 500? Why did I not listen to the guru?
So I picked up a few on occasion. I didn't always. Payday for me was always once a month. I got paid once a month. But yeah, roughly once a month I'd buy. I was also buying a sleeve of shotgun shells. They come a sleeve of 100. You get 4 boxes of 25, and I would always buy, like even all winter long. Every trip to Walmart, I would buy a sleeve of cheap shotgun shells. Now, remember, I competed 3-gun, so rifle, pistol, shotgun. So he who loads the shotgun the fastest wins. So all winter, nobody's out there training for 3-gun season, but I was still, the wife was used to seeing in the cart 1 sleeve of shotgun shells. Every time we went, I got 1 sleeve of cheap shotgun ammo. And come springtime, February time frame, guys are cleaning off the shotguns, getting ready for 3-gun season. Me and my son, because my son competed at the same time, for us to get ready for like a big 3-gun match, like the MGM Ironman out in Boise, Idaho. Me and my son shot that a couple years. The Rock Castle Pro-Am. Again, I'm dating myself here because both those no longer exist. We'd go out and we'd shoot a sleeve a day apiece. We'd shoot 100 rounds of shotgun a day per. I'd shoot 1 sleeve, he'd shoot another sleeve. If we did that for 5 days before a match, you understand, that's 1,000 rounds of shotgun ammo. So at the end of January, end of February, when things start thawing out, I'd have 3,000 rounds, 3,000 rounds of shotgun ammo. And people would be like, Carl, you're a nutbag if they saw my stash. But the reality is, by the end of 3-gun season, all that ammo was already gone. It was gone because you go to a shooting match and like the MGM Iron Man, you might shoot 40 stage in a single stage. You might shoot 40 shotgun shells, 20 shotgun slugs, 4 pistol mags, and 3 rifle mags in a single stage. That's why it was called the MGM Iron Man, especially if you missed a lot like me and my son. So you'd go through a lot of ammo, especially when you're providing ammo for your son. We'd go through a lot of ammo just in one match. The MGM Iron Man's 3 days long. That's 6 days of shooting for me, plus 3 days for me, 3 days for my son. So when somebody says they found him with 4 guns and he had 1,000 rounds of ammo, he had a whole arsenal, and the whole time I'm like, 1,000 rounds of ammo is a whole arsenal, and I'm thinking, I can honestly say I do not have 1,000 rounds of ammo. I can honestly say that. Woo! How about that football game last night, huh? All right, we're gonna move on here. I got another question. All right, we got the one from Heather. Heather Fly Fishes threw down 10 bones. Carl and Steve, I really enjoy the dynamic between you two on the show. It makes for good programming. Thank you so much, Heather. Please say hi to Phil for me. Michael Johnson threw down $5. In what kind of situations or applications would an AR-10 be the gun of choice or best tool for the job? Honestly, again, I don't know your situation, right? But understand 5.56, it's a 55 grain all the way up to an 80 grain projectile, where 308, you're looking 110 grain projectile all the way up to a 220 grain projectile. So you're pushing a much heavier projectile. You're going to get more range where that projectile is still lethal, right? You start getting into subsonic rounds. Subsonic 5.56 is completely worthless. It will bounce off of a car door. Subsonic 308, you can be 220 grain Sierra Match Kings, or your 208 grain Hornady AMAXs, or some of your 177 grain Lehigh Defense. Literally, these are rounds that go in and it's even subsonic. You can get great ammo for it. So it depends what your situation is. So I don't know. As far as situations where 308 is going to be the better choice, Fallujah 2004. Najaf, Solder City. There's just so many places where 308 was the drug of choice, and never let me down. SR25, huh? Right there. Where am I at? That's me standing there. I've just got my pistol on me, but it's back at the hooch, my SR25. My point for saying that is I'm kind of partial to 7.62 by 51 because that was my entire career growing up. My first sniper rifle was an M21, which was an accurized M14 100 years ago. And I'm kind of partial to it, and you could say that. That's fair. All right, Okie Precision's back. Tactical Rifleman. Have you heard about Uncle Sam changing Winchester's contract for Lake City? Bye SS 109 for us civvies. Yeah, I don't sweat that stuff, man. That's look who's in charge right now. All right. A good example of this is people in the government got to do what the boss says, like it or not. And when Trump got into office, I know a lot of you guys hate Trump. I know, I got that. A lot of you guys hate Trump. Trump was an asshole. I got that. A lot of you Republicans hated Trump. That's why Trump never got his wall built. Because the Republicans, remember, he had both houses, so don't bitch. Trump, when he was elected, he had both houses. He could not get his wall built because Republicans did not want the wall built. So quit your bitching, all right? Now, when Trump was president, the wait time to get a suppressor from the ATF approved, right, because it goes, you got to get your tax stamp, went from about 12 to 14 months. It went down to 3 or 4 months. You could do your thing online, blah, blah, blah. What I'm told is now you got Sloppy Joe in charge, President Biden. President Biden, now the ATF wait time to get your suppressor or your short-barreled rifle tax stamp is back up to over a year. Now, this is what I'm told. Now, what has changed? Because I know as senile as the current president is, understand he's not the one doing your background check. They didn't replace the modern computers with older computers. They didn't fire a bunch of people to do your background check. So technically, since they hired even more ATF guys, that your background check should be going even faster, but they're not. They're going slower. Why? Well, because that's the current regime. That's what they want. They do not want you to have a gun. They just don't. They definitely don't want you to have a suppressor because noise pollution is scary. So my point for saying that is it's the same thing with ammo, all right? Vote. Educate people. Help educate people. Help educate the Democrats. Help educate the Republicans. Help educate the independent voters, the ones that are on the fence that don't know anything about firearms. My mother-in-law was scared to death of guns because she had never shot one. She'd never shot one. And don't just take her out and give her a double-barrel shotgun, because then she's really going to be scared of guns. You've got to educate people. And when you do that, you don't fear things that you understand and you know, that things that you're familiar with. You don't fear them. Now, every time I parachuted, I was still scared parachuting. Understand somebody's hitting you in the face with a planet, all right? But the fear was not overwhelming because I understood what I was doing. I had confidence in my equipment, and I was well trained using that equipment. So, honest, don't worry about it. I don't buy my ammo from Lake City. I don't buy my ammo from Lake City. I don't buy it. And people will lose their mind from time to time about they're making the military destroy their brass when they turn it in instead of putting it up for people to reload. Okay, vote. Get it changed or go look somebody. I have never ever had a hard time finding ammo. Yeah, if you go to the big bulk stores, your sporting goods stores, yeah, it's hard to find stuff. But it's there. It's if you hunt around enough, you'll find ammo, guys. You will. You'll find ammo. Not the end of the world. All right, guys. We are going. I cannot believe. I was sitting there and, somebody said that, we only had 312 likes, and I just couldn't believe that for nothing. And here we are. We're sitting here with 312 likes. I guess you guys don't. Now, remember, if you want to win tonight's giveaway, which is this PowerTac Warrior G4 FL. The FL's for Flood, by the way. All you got to do is put "Donut is awesome" in the chat window. You can enter a maximum of 3 times, and then you get blocked. So if you've already put it in there 3 times, you're done. All right, but yeah, put it in there, and we're gonna draw this thing in. We're gonna draw it at 8:58. 8:58. Susan's gonna draw it. I hope Moody 2 wins. I do. I hope Moody 2 wins. Moody 2 was in my old recon platoon. And I'd love to give Moody that flashlight. I would. I'd like to ship it to him. Now, if you're the guy that won if you're the guy that won the Henry cleaning kit last week, I will tell you, notice it's still sitting here. Why is it still sitting here? I appreciate you asking. It's still sitting here because literally my son and I have been filming videos non-stop since last Tuesday when I gave this thing away. So I got the email from the guy that won it. I know who you are. You're going to get your Henry Rifle 45 caliber cleaning kit. This is a badass cleaning kit, by the way. Totally badass cleaning kit. Got hooked up with it from Joe the Knife Guy. I don't have a promo code for it because Henry Rifles already prices them awesome. So anyways, Donut is awesome. Donut is awesome. That's what I like to see. Dude, we're all the way up to 358 likes. That's kind of...
Awesome.
Yeah. We're going to draw this in 6 minutes. Let's see if you guys can pull this off. You okay, Steve? Everything come out all right? You good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. I'm just checking on you. You know I worry about you, Steve.
Yeah, I apologize about that, TR Nation.
Slide this way a little bit. Come snuggle.
It's like 94 degrees outside.
It is a little warm.
And Carl has got a white man cold up in here. And that just ain't clicking with me. You know.
Is it too hot in here for you?
No. It's white man cold. Messing with my sinuses and stuff.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Long story short, I was on this jump, and biggest jump since World War II, 2,500 paratroopers.
Oh, shit.
And flew from Fort Bragg to Fort Irwin, California. And as we were coming in, which we didn't know, the winds were so high on the drop zone that the drop zone party left. The guys that were filming it, because they advertised it, even though the government doesn't advertise, the guys that were filming it said the wind was blowing so hard the cameras were falling off the top of the truck, so they left. And one of the guys told me later on, he said they were about 3 or 4 miles across the desert, and they saw the planes coming in. They thought the planes were going to go to Fort Irwin and land. Then he saw parachutes coming out of the back of C-141, and they were yelling, turn around, to the drop zone party. Anyway, one of the things you don't do as a paratrooper, unless you're on the ground, is release your cape wells. Your cape wells are what secures your risers to the canopy to your harness. I knew 300-400 feet off the ground because I was going in sideways. The wind was blowing so hard. I said, I'm going to pop my cape wells as soon as I touch the ground. Well, about 200 meters later, being drugged through the cactus, I woke up. Cape wells, out of question. So anyway, I spent 2 months in the hospital.
No shit.
Oh yeah, dude, I got drugged. You've been to Fort Irwin? You know that terrain out there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, cactus and sagebrush and rocks and sand.
You were in the 82nd then.
Yeah. So
SF don't do stupid shit like that.
No, we don't do stupid shit like that. Turns out after the investigation, high winds, the highest winds, after they released everybody out of the planes, 55 miles an hour.
Oh shit, Steve.
Yeah. I spent 2 months.
They won't let you jump at what, 13?
13, right. But it was the biggest one since,
Yeah.
But basically, it wasn't the drop zone party's fault. And what came from this is we learned, lessons learned, is now, from then to now, drop zones have 2 DZSOs. One at the leading edge of the drop zone and one at the trailing edge. Because basically what they found out that the drop zone, to put 2,500 guys and equipment on the drop zone, was so long, halfway through the drop zone, there was a canyon. And that wind was coming through that canyon. The guy on the leading edge was reading 12. In the middle of the drop zone, it was 55. Okay? So I'm like to say, So my chute got caught on a tree brush, sagebrush, or something
eventually.
like that. I pulled it in, caught up to it, and I pulled out the knife that was on my ankle, which was, you don't put knives on your ankles, because in the 82nd, because you might twist an ankle and cut yourself. Pulled the knife out of my ankle and I stabbed this parachute canopy. I stabbed this fucker. And anyway, I ended up in Womack Hospital, Fort Bragg for two months.
2 months.
In traction. busted up, kneecaps hanging off, ass, right side ass cheek ripped off. So all these doctors would come in, and I'm upside down, and I hear people giggling, like, and I say, who's there? They'll say, oh, this is Dr. Smith, and we have some what do you call them? The doctors going through before they
doctors and interns in residency.
So they said we got like 7 or 8 interns here, and they're training on skin grafts. So we're skin grafting the skin from your left side ass cheek over to your right ass cheek. I said, so there's women back there looking at my ass, and then hear him giggling. It's okay. No, it's not okay. I got a bone. No, let me stop. Anyway, the whole thing. My left side orbital bone. Well, when the guy told me, he said, "Well, you also, fractured your orbital bone, fragmented." And so when I finally got out of the hospital, they said, "Well, come back and let the eye surgeon do." And I said, "Well, it's a good thing it was fractured because now you can fix it." He said, "No, you misunderstood. It's not fractured. It was fragmented. It's gone." So basically, he said, "You got muscles holding up your eye like a trampoline." But the good thing is, we're going to go in there. And we're going to do this thing. We're going to pop your eyeball out. And then we're going to go in there and put this mesh. I said, whoa, Doc, back up a little bit. What's this pop my eyeball out shit? No, we ain't popping shit. Okay? It ain't going to happen.
All right, Susan, draw the winner for me, please.
Yeah. So basically, I got like one nostril breathing. Because this eye, there's no orbital bone. There's no mesh in there. And I told the doctors a couple of times, I said, how many have you done? The guy was like, well, 7, counting you. I said, when you get to like 77, then we're going to go in there and pop your eyeball out. I'll pop your ass. Yeah. So anyway, when I got a temperature change like this, because Carl's got a white man cold, I get like serious sinus nasal kind of thing going on. So I had to go outside and breathe the warm air. So now I'm back. Short story. So anyway, where are we at?
Steve, we have a winner.
Winner.
Susan, will you put it in the chat room for me? Larry Bell. Larry Bell, you are the winner of the Power Tac Warrior G4 FL Ninja Light.
That's so
pretty badass, dude. It is. It's incredibly it says it's the ultimate lighting device. Okay, it's called the Warrior G4 FL. The cool part about it, dude, is this thing's free. Literally, all you got to do is... I tried it out. It's decent. Congratulations for winning. Take a picture of your avatar so I know you're not Ray Craddock trying to steal your shit. And send it in an email with a shipping address to tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. That is tacticalrifleman1@gmail.com. And literally, piece of cake. I'll get it in the mail for you. Right. Yeah. Matter of fact, my son will probably mail both of those the same day.
Guys, lights are everything. Lights are everything. I carry lights everywhere I go. Even in the daytime. You'd be surprised sometimes when you're either under a vehicle or you have to go into, underneath a house or building or something like that. Always have a light, especially on your firearms. Constant. Mr. Stark Industries.
So, Steve Holland, nutbag extraordinaire. I'm trying to get ready for the live stream. I got all this other stuff. I'm dropping the film crew off in Nashville. And all of a sudden, I get like 50 texts all at one time. And it's Steve Holland sending pictures of Avengers Infinity War, Tony Stark transition to Iron Man, loses his shades. And then I get it on another text string because Steve is sending it to 13 other people. And then I get it text to me again where Steve's sending it to Emery and me just in case I didn't get the other two. And the whole time I'm driving, I'm trying to be in a conversation on the phone, hands-free driving. I get a ding, and then another ding, da ding, da ding, ding, da ding, and I look down at Steve.
You're my Tony Stark, man. You're Iron Man. I'm just waiting for the Tony Stark illuminated chest plate with the tactical rifleman logo.
We'll work on it. If you guys got any idea how we could make that work, I don't know if we get like the Illum tape. Remember the old luminescent tape?
Carl, you're killing me, man. Don't disrespect Tony Stark, man. Tony Stark doesn't tip his shades down like that. You got that old man look. There you go. You got that billionaire look now. Old man look, billionaire look. There you go. Billionaire badass.
My future is so bright. I gotta wear shades. And you know, he was tapping that blonde the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
He didn't have to marry that chick.
Pepper?
Yeah.
Pepper Potts.
I got no idea who you're talking about.
That's the blonde.
So I watched part of one of these. I think it was actually, he was in like some Spider-Man where it was the Spider-Man where it was the kid.
Far Away from Home?
Far Away from Home, something like that. And
yeah.
Guys, sorry, I don't watch much TV.
Do you know, and you guys correct me if I'm wrong, I think the majority of the Avengers movie to Avengers Infinity War Endgame is all filmed in Australia.
Do you understand, Steve? I haven't seen any of them. I'm just throwing that out.
Shame on you, man.
Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Glocks are for kids. That's Robin Patty. She threw down $5 minus shipping and handling. Steve, if that was Gallant Eagle, was that Gallant Eagle, the jump? That was my Cherry Blast.
Wow.
Was that Gallant Eagle?
Wow. What's her name?
That's Glocks are for kids.
Well, Glocks are for kids. You go, girl. That was Gallant Eagle 82.
1982. That was Robin's Cherry Blast.
Wow. Well, hopefully, obviously, she probably was on the leading edge drops, not the trailing edge.
I don't know.
Dude, when you're coming down on the canopy and you see heavy drops, back then we had
Sheridan tanks and everything else.
Gamma Goats.
Gamma Goats. Oh, yeah. I love the old Gamma Goat. You guys, if you don't know what a Gamma Goat is, the old G.I. Joe toys, it was the vehicle with the 6 wheels, and it was amphibious. It kind of hinged in the middle. That's a Gamma Goat. That's like 1970s Cold War shit. The diesel, great concept. It was amphibious. Would have been a great vehicle, but it was not a great vehicle.
That's the worst vehicle. Only fun you had in a vehicle, you ride in the front.
Yeah, the worst vehicle, and it didn't have any power. It was a diesel, terrible. And Mr. White, he'd go, "That's all right. You don't have to listen to me. You got the 9mm. You got the Gamma Goat." That was Mr. White. God bless that guy. I miss him. I miss old Mr. White. All right.
So her Cherry Blast was Gallant Eagle. Wow.
Y'all are old. Robin.
Wow.
Your ass is old. All right. Kelsey Dotson at Susan. This is Tony. I cannot get the super chat to work. Can you ask Carl a question? Does he know if Primary Arms has a 507C Holosun Vulcan reticle yet for church guns, specifically the Glock 43? The answer is no, not yet. There's only 1 or 2 companies that make what they basically call a kilo, which is a little micro red dot, and it's coming. Primary Arms will make one down the road, but as of right now, they do not. They do not. Right now, the focus is not on that because you should be running an adult gun. No, honestly, the Primary Arms focus is, I can't even get into it because it's still classified. I'm sorry. But to answer your question, the 507C with the Vulcan reticle does not have, basically what he's talking about, Steve, is this one. I think this one is, wow.
You talking about the circle dot?
Yeah. I got to turn it back on. That's the reticle that they're talking about, guys. Hold on, let me get it for you guys. Right there. That's the Vulcan reticle, and it's totally badass. It is. It's totally badass. Because guys lose their dots. Where's my dot? Where's my dot? Whichever way that curve is, you move that front of the gun in that direction, and it helps you find your dot. Kind of sexy. This is the 507. It's a little too wide. It's just a little too wide to put on a Glock 43 or a SIG 365. They do make a slightly smaller red dot. There's a couple companies that make little itty bitty ones. Primary Arms does not have one yet. Not yet. Someday. I want it too. I do. I want it. I want it. That's some good coffee right there. All right, guys, we are going to wrap this up. I've already gone 10 minutes further than I said I was going to go because I have a 9 o'clock curfew tonight. So we're supposed to be wrapping this up already, but I got Steve here. We're going to go a little bit long.
The lady from Galilee 82,
yeah.
Cherry Blast. Where's she from?
Robin.
Robin?
She is from Murfreesboro. She lives in Murfreesboro.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Robin, I guess you didn't come to our show at the Outpost Armory.
I have invited her. She actually just got out of rehab. She's getting her rotator cuff done. And when you're in a wheelchair, remember she's paralyzed from the waist down from a halo jump on Campbell.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she is.
God bless you, Robin. Heal you.
Yeah. I
would love to meet you one day.
You will.
Yeah.
Robin has asked to meet Steve and Emery and the whole TR crew. I'm trying to talk Robin into... she said she'd come out and visit this year. She did. We're going to try to get her to come to the Patreon course. Texas is a long ways for her to go. So we'll do something here. Well, Elevated Agenda just threw down 5 bones. Please check spam on Gmail. I keep sending about 510 Crips and Trace giveaway winner. That's Elevated Agenda. All right, Elevated Agenda. Okay.
Hopefully,
I will.
We're planning right now. We haven't locked it down, but planning to revisit the Outpost Armory in August to do a show with Chris Barrett. And I actually texted him last night, and yesterday was his birthday, so he was busy celebrating his birthday. But maybe, when we lock it down, which Tuesday is going to be, and calls available, it'll be a short trip for you right there in your hometown. Come out and hang out with us.
You got to do it, Robin. You got to do it. All right, I am going to reply. I'm going to... I didn't want to reply. I wanted to forward. Go back. All right. I fucking hate this thing. All right, I'm here for you. I am here for you. I want to forward to EX. I'm not giving you guys my home address. All right. All right, Elevated Agenda. I got your email. I did find it. I apologize for that. Your thing's not lost. It's not lost. You should be good to go. Should be good to go. All right. Sorry it took you $5 extra to get me that message. Jerry J just threw down $5. I'm sorry. I got to do this in my check.
Check voice.
Steve, you ended up worse than me. Did it hurt when you land? Smiley face crying. I'm sorry, I didn't have it. Smiley face crying. Gotta hang that
Did
back
it hurt when I landed?
Nah, he saw the bright light pain.
No, it didn't hurt because I was blacked out. It hurt when I woke up 200 meters across the desert, stuck on a bush, and I became aware. So here's an interesting thing. I'm laying there, and I guess I'm bleeding because I'm starting to get cold. And I see the medevac vehicles driving across the desert. So every time they would drive, they would stop. So after a while, I figured out they're picking up other hurt paratroopers. So I popped my reserve canopy, which is white, and I wrapped myself in it like a blanket because I had the chills. And my face was scraped up, my helmet was everything. And when the vehicle finally came to me, the medics jumped out. They jumped out and it's cut my clothes off and stuff and, going over everything. And I looked up and I had blood and dirt in my eyes and they washed my eyes out. And the medic that was doing his work on me, evaluating my injuries, was a medic that I had went through Recondo school with at Fort Bragg. So Recondo school is like a mini range school. So I looked up at him. I go, Doc. I say, Doc Jeff. He's like, how do you know my name is Jeff? Because, he's got his last name. I said, it's me. It's Steve. It's Steve from Recondo school. And he looked down and looked at me. And, medics, they have that good bedside manner. And they give you some hope. And he goes, Steve, you fucked up. He said, Steve, man, you were fucked up. And I was like, oh. And he told me later on, he came to see me at Walmart Hospital. He said, man, I'm sorry about saying that to you. I said, Doc, it was all good. I knew it before you got there. Both my kneecaps are hanging off. My ass was ripped off. My head is cut open. Got blood in my eyes. You name it. And it's all good. It's all good. You didn't tell me anything I didn't know.
Robin Patty actually texted to say, tell Steve to count me in. All right, so she will be meeting you at the Outpost Armory.
Okay.
All right, good news. Good news right there. All right, we got that one already. I got Jerry J's. All right, guys. Steve, last parting words of wisdom.
So
anything else you wanted to talk about tonight?
Last parting words of wisdom. Okay. The Ukraine. This whole wag the dog thing they got going. Okay. They're telling us that the Ukraine produces, 2/3 of the wheat for the rest of the world and the U.S. Well,
2/3 of fertilizer.
No, wheat too. They've been pushing. I've been watching wheat, the product. Food shortage. The Ukraine is not the size of Texas. So how can a wheat shortage in the Ukraine affect the United States? As I was driving up today to Carl's house, I entered to Welcome to Kentucky, and I look at all these fields, these farmers.
They're all wheat right
They're
now.
all wheat. And they're all soybean and corn. And that's just what I can see. So how is a wheat shortage because of the Putin war in the Ukraine causing a food shortage in the United States? They just wagging the dog, man. Wagging the dog. Look it up for yourself.
There you go. Look it up for yourself.
Absolutely.
Look it up for yourself. All right, guys, I want to give a big shout out to our sponsor again tonight, LAS Concealment. Good stuff indeed. You need a new EDC holster. I think they got like 30 different colors of Kydex, stuff like that. Doesn't matter what kind of pistol. Tell them what kind of light you want on it, all that stuff, and they'll custom make it for you. LASconcealment.com. Want to give a big shout out to Mama Bear and my moderators for helping us keep me and Steve educated to what you guys are asking, because we do not even have the chat room up on the screen. We don't, because I can't read. I can't keep up with you guys, and this gives me plausible deniability of that. But honey, I don't know what they said. I don't know. Some of the shit you guys put in the chat room is awesome. Anyways, here's what I'm looking forward to. I literally just got done filming 7 days straight. I am looking forward to, because they had to take all the cards and hard drives and everything up to New York City. Got to burn a copy of them. FedEx a copy of that hard drive back to my son. My son is currently working on Friday's video that was filmed in like January. So I'm behind getting you guys Friday's video ready. That's my goal tomorrow. But after that, my goal is to Thursday take my laptop and everything, and I'm going down to the Gulf of Mexico and Gulf Shores, Alabama. And no, don't be thinking the hill's unguarded. Trust me, there's plenty of people on the hill. But I'm planning on going down there to unwind. I'm going to get myself a 2.5 gallon iced coffee, and I'm going to sit there and work on my computer and work on my sunburn. And I'm going to start editing these videos so we can get you guys this great content. I got to get back here in time. I'm only going down for a few days, guys. I may not be back here Tuesday. But I will definitely be back here the following Tuesday for Steve to be back here with you monkeys.
Can you stand up? It seems to be working. Good. Gotta keep you going through the show. Come on, it's time to go.
You see what I got to work with, guys? You see what I got to work with?
There's no more pain. You are receding.
Awesome stuff indeed. All right.
A distant ship smoke on the horizon. You are only coming through in waves.
Your lips move,
but I can't hear what you're saying.
Okay, guys, on that note, y'all take care and shoot straight.
Incoming right there.